Have you ever looked at cycling kit and wondered what is going on? 'Cause I did. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly what to wear. Just kidding. Joke aside, cycling kit is expensive and picking the right thing can be super overwhelming. So this video will help you choose the right kit to keep you safe, comfortable, and obviously stylish on the bike. First things first, and that's actually the only non-negotiable item when you start cycling. It's obviously the helmet. I personally really like Kask, and I wear the Kask Protone in matte white with my little stickers from Tour de Femmes. This helmet costs £245, but Kask range starts from £80 with the synthesis helmet, so you've got a range of different prices available. And just remember that the helmet is made to protect your head, so please wear it properly. It needs to protect everything in here. If it's behind, your brain is exposed, and this is when damage can happen. After the helmet come the glasses. Cycling glasses are actually not an essential at all when you get started. In fact, when I started cycling, I kept wearing my normal sunnies for a really long time because I didn't really like the look of cycling glasses and I didn't want to invest that much money into an accessory that I wasn't a fan of. However, with experience and when I started to go downhill a bit faster and cycle a bit faster, I quickly realized that actually those glasses were made to protect my eyes as opposed to make me look stylish, which is obviously the goal number one. So if you got to invest into a pair of cycling sunnies, I actually really recommend to opt for a photochromic lens. Photochromic means that the lens adapts to the daylight, which means in the summer with the sun is going to be darker, but in the winter is also going to be more transparent, and it will therefore enable you to see in all conditions. Photochromic, number one investment. Oh, one more thing, very important. Some people will tell you for sure that glasses must be worn over the straps of your helmet, never under. Weird, I know, but cycling can be sometimes. And to prove that point, here are 5 more things that only cycling geeks care about. Me being one of them. Number 1, sock length. Too high or too low, you are always wrong. And do not even consider ankle socks. Number 2, lining up your cycling tan lines so you can exhibit them with pride on the beach. Number 3, shaving your legs, but only the part that everyone can see. Number 4, white socks, white shoes only, no Michael Jackson allowed. And finally, the cycling fashion police is yet to decide if socks must be worn above or under bib tights. So just to be safe, I recommend doing both. I'm obviously just joking. You wear whatever you want, you do whatever you want. I just think all of those little things about cycling are quite funny and I've been learning them with the years and it doesn't impact what I do. Just don't care. If you ride a bike, you are a cyclist. So don't let anyone patronize you about the length of your socks. Please. Anyway, let's now dive into our second essential, the bib shorts. And here is why I personally think that this is where the biggest chunk of your budget should go, obviously aside of the bike. So yes, those padded shorts are quite pricey, but there's a direct correlation between the price of the short and the quality of the chamois. This is the chamois. That's the pad that just is inside the bib short to protect your butt. As I've mentioned in the introduction, we work with universal colors. So those are the shorts that I have with me because they are the ones that I wear all the time, and here is why I have chosen those shirts. They have 2 ranges. They have one called Chroma, which is this one, and they also have the mono one. The mono is cheaper, is £120 for a pair, whereas those ones are £200. So if you get started and you want to buy your first pair of bibs, the mono ones are absolutely perfect. What I love about both those range of bibs is that they have a pull to pee function. So in the summer, in the winter, you do not need to get undressed, take off the strap. You just grab the side of your bibs and pull them out so you can go to the toilets super quickly. And to make it even cheaper, I actually have 2 hacks. Hack number 1, secondhand. Vinted is full of secondhand bib shorts that you can get for really competitive prices and lots of them in excellent condition, so do not hesitate to browse on all those platforms. Hack number 2. Those bibs actually dry super quickly, so if you start with just one pair, that's perfect. And my hack is to choose a neutral color. My favorite bibs that I wear all the time are actually those cream color ones, but I do not recommend them as your first pair because obviously on wet weather conditions they're not ideal. They can get stained really easily, as opposed to a darker color such as black. Sorry, they're drying because I'm flying to Mallorca tomorrow and I wore them this morning. I actually really think that starting with all black kit is a super hack because you will never get tired of the color, it goes with everything. So the bib short being the most expensive part of your kit, if you decide to opt for 2 jerseys for example and still have just 1 pair of bib, that black color will match everything. Also, what they say is true, no underwear under your bib shorts. It might seem strange, but there's actually a really good explanation behind it. So the pad is designed to be in direct contact with the skin to avoid chafing, and also the dreaded saddle sores. Saddle sores are caused by the irritation on the skin. For women, it's also being caused by the hair regrowing after you've been shaving and getting trapped into the skin. So they can cause like abscesses or spots, and they can be super painful. But I've got some super easy tips to avoid them. Number 1, get out of your bib shorts as soon as you finish the ride. There's no scrolling on your phone on the sofa. Just get out of them and go for shower straight away. Tip number 2, it might seem obvious, but never, ever, ever wear a pair of bib shorts twice without washing them. Even if your ride was just 20k, as soon as you've used them, in the wash straight away. Tip number 3, do not shave before cycling. And if you ride every day, well, let it grow. And the last tip is the topic of chamois cream. Some people swear by it. In my case, there's nothing worse and it gives me saddle sores without failing. I don't use any chamois cream, but what I do is after my shower, when I'm clean, I use some pseudo cream and it works a treat. But obviously everyone's different, so if you don't know, just try both. Try to ride with chamois cream or without chamois cream and see which one makes you feel the most comfortable. Right, now enough with the butts, let's go to the top. What do we wear at the top? You will see that lots of cyclists choose to wear a jersey. So this is a jersey, it's usually made out of lycra and is meant to be super tight. And you've got some tight pocket at the back to carry your phone, your snack, and other things you might need, AirPods, keys, etc, etc. That said, again, jerseys can be very expensive, and if you are getting started and you don't feel comfortable wearing tight clothes, it's completely fine to wear just a t-shirt. The only problem with the t-shirt is that you don't have much space to put your phone or your keys or your accessories, so maybe have a frame bag or a bar bag on your bike to have all of those things together. If you choose to opt for a jersey, again, same hack than for the bib shorts, I really recommend going for a really neutral color to start with. This literally dries in 15 minutes, so you can start with just one. You don't need more than this. White is my favorite color, so I would always recommend the white jersey. That said, again, it's quite hard to keep clean and it can get stained, but in which case, a black jersey would go with any of your bibs, go with everything. You're gonna keep it clean, don't see the stains. I've had this jersey for at least 2 years and worn it like I can't tell you how many times, and it's still in perfect conditions. So are my black bibs. I wore them this morning and it's still one of my favorite outfits to this time. I actually wear my all black outfit with a neckerchief at the moment to add a little bit of a fashion touch and a bit of fun to the outfit, and I really like it. Again, same as for the bib shorts, second hand is your best friend if you're starting and on a really tight budget. Go on Vinted, there are so many cycling jerseys out there. Just make sure that even if you don't feel that comfortable, go for as tight as possible, because if you buy them too loose, you're gonna regret it super quickly and want to change. As I've mentioned before, the aim of the pockets at the back is to have your phone, your snacks, and the phone can be quite heavy. So if you put something heavy in pockets that are not super tight, it's going to be super loose and it's a bit annoying. Last piece of kit, and it's not on the table because I'm not savage, the shoes. I could speak about cycling shoes for hours and hours and hours. Of course, I'm gonna spare you that pain, but long story short, when you start cycling, everyone tells you you must be clipped in. I am absolutely against that. Clipped in means that you've got those plastic thingy underneath your shoes and that clips into your pedal, so you're essentially attached to the bike. I do believe that if you start cycling, and we see it with lots of our customers and people coming to try bikes, the first thing to do is to feel confident and safe on the bike. So I recommend starting with flat pedals and trainers, at least for your first ride. So you make sure, I was about to put them on the table now. Disgusting. I would actually recommend that you go for your first ride on flat pedals and trainers. And just check, are you comfortable to take your hand off the handlebar to indicate to move? Are you comfortable with your bike to take your hand off and check behind that no one's coming? If so, go for it. Get clipped in, it's amazing, it really adds some power, it makes the cycling more enjoyable, but please do not clip in before you're 100% safe on the bike. So those shoes are road shoes, therefore I have road cleats on them. It does seem like the right thing to do. That said, if you have mountain bike cleats underneath your shoes, it's much easier to clip in and out. So if you feel a bit like wonky at the beginning or uncomfortable, that's a really good way to start getting clipped in. It's also very practical because you can walk normally without this. There's a little bit of a duck effect, and as proven by the state of mine, although I think Paul changed them for me recently. I always walk around to take photos and go to the cafe and this and that. I don't care about my cleats. Some people wouldn't walk 200 meters with them. I couldn't care less. But it just means that I have to change my cleats all the time because they get damaged. And finally, when you get clipped in, don't worry too much about falling over because the chances are you will. We've all had it, and most of the time is when you are stopped at a traffic light or a cafe. So the only thing that's gonna hurt is your ego. And this is now the end of my video on all things cycling kit. On the previous one, we talked about the bike and how to choose your perfect bike. So if you have not watched it and you are starting cycling, you can find the video just here. You can find that video here. Oh, it will be here. So here, there. You can watch it here. And I think we're pretty much done. I think we've covered a lot of things kit related. Please let me know in the comments if I have forgotten anything, and I hope you found this video helpful, interesting. Please share it with a friend, a partner, a family member who needs all those tips to get kitted up. Please subscribe to the channel because this helps us a lot in keep making YouTube videos. Merci. In the next video, I will share with you all my tips to actually enjoy your riding now that you kitted up. So I will cover all the things like group riding, how to make routes, how to stay safe so you can actually enjoy the riding. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. And subscribe.
Videos, the tears flowing and I'm sipping slow. Wishing it was this year.